Yeah, man. So we got a dope producer today, man. Francis Got Heat. Based in Toronto. So shout out to Leno again, man. Leno is coming through with the producers, man, with the connections, with the plugs. So Francis Got Heat, man, is a very accredited producer. You know, he was on Love Is Rage 2. He was also on Drake More Life. He produced the 4422, Bryson Tiller placements, Killy placements, whole bunch of stuff, man. You can check out his full discography. Ab Soul placements. Really hard producer, man. Really got that dope Toronto sound. But yeah, so I got my questions ready. Let me pull them up here. And let's go ahead, man. Let's welcome him to the stream. I know I might be forgetting some about the merch. I know I kind of went through that fast. That was probably the fastest I ever talked. Just copped a black hoodie. Hey, I appreciate that, KA. Just copped a hoodie.
Yo.
Francis Got Heat. What's good, bro?
What's poppin', bro?
Let me get
What's
over
up?
to the right screen. Gang, what's good, bro, man? Welcome to the morning show, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. Super dope to have you, man. I was just telling the chat here about some of your bigger placements and everything you've been doing. I know I watched some of your older interviews, and I know you've been really in the game for about 10 years. You started making beats.
Yeah.
But I really, man, I don't know if you're familiar with the show, but we're real big. I always say this for every interview too. We're real big on come up stories, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely want to hear your full journey, man, from the beginning, how you even got into making beats. And man, please don't skip over the details, man. We got plenty of time as long as you got the time.
I got all the time, bro. It's quarantine.
look at the plaques behind him too.
Yeah, I got a couple. This is a new piece right here. Just got that Uzi joint.
Fire, the 2 times platinum certification, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's fire,
look like an art piece.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I see you still got the corners on it. You didn't even take it out the box.
I didn't want to ruin it, you know what I mean? So I got to keep it on.
Yeah, that's a hard frame too. It came with that frame.
Yeah, that was a custom one that they actually came out with.
That's very hard, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I know you're from Toronto, man. Let's take it back. I know you got into making beats like in the around 2010 to 12 in that range.
Yeah, exactly around that time.
So what were you doing? Like, what were you doing before you even you got into making beats? Like, what were some of your older hobbies? Like maybe during school and stuff.
My parents always put me in like music classes, whether it be like piano or violin or whatever. But like I've always been into music. Like grew up listening to like all types of music. Like my dad was really into like old like Italian music and like jazz. Oh, wow. Like he was big on jazz. So
what's old Italian music, like opera? No,
not opera. Like just shit like basically like like the background music you hear in like The Godfather and all that.
Okay, yeah.
Like, that type of music, bro. He's big into that type of stuff. So like I grew up listening to a lot of that and like a lot of classical and jazz. And like I started taking piano lessons when I was like 3.5. So
damn,
I was taking classical.
Early gang.
Yeah. I was taking classical piano, and then around like the age of 7, I discovered jazz piano, and that's kind of where the switch flipped in my head. Where like, wait, I could create my own melodies and stuff like that, my own ideas. So I kept playing around with like the jazz stuff until like my parents bought this like Yamaha keyboard for my house. And then I would just started like putting my ideas down on that little Yamaha keyboard, like 5 tracks, So like I'd use 1 track as like a background beat and like 4 tracks for melodies and stuff. So I was just putting down a bunch of ideas.
Hold on, let me pause you real quick there, man. Just because I want to get a gem out of you for the people, because we've been talking a lot, ever since the podcast started about is taking piano lessons necessary, and I hear a lot of guys complain like, yeah, man, I don't want to study the classical stuff. I don't want to learn how to play like Beethoven and stuff like that. Would you recommend, if someone wanted to get into taking piano lessons, should they learn the classical, or should they skip to something like jazz piano or like gospel, something that they can really implement in their production?
I'd say this: classical is good to learn like the basic fundamentals, and then from like I call like classical just dribbling, like learning how to dribble. And then jazz and stuff is like doing different crossovers. You know what I mean? You gotta
Okay.
get the fundamentals down first. Like jazz, definitely you'll find more useful in your creativity and like producing.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
my tip for like people that learn piano and then they try to produce is like, yo, don't remember like don't get too technical with it. People like to follow the rules too much when they get into
Okay.
that world of like learning piano and stuff. So use it as a guide.
Got you. But take it outside the box as much
Yeah,
as you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Okay.
Just because like you learn piano, they tell you to do this and that doesn't mean you have to do it exactly this and that way every time you make a beat.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
they say? What do they say, man? Learn the rules so you can break them like an artist. I heard that statement.
yeah, something like that.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
So yeah, man. Back to the story. So you got that. You got like a Yamaha keyboard from your parents, and you started, messing around, freestyling and stuff.
Yeah,
And where did it go from there?
yeah. So like all those ideas were just non-cohesive or nothing. It wasn't until what I was think it was like 12 or 13. One of my friends sent me over this Ryan Leslie video
Where?
of him like making this beat for Addiction. I don't know if you know that
Yo,
track,
hell yeah, hell yeah.
but
I remember the exact video where
yeah,
he
exactly.
doing the
Man's dancing
bongo.
around, all of that shit. And at the
Bro,
time, like, yo, I was watching this video. I'm like, this guy's playing the drums, he's playing the piano, all the synths and stuff. I'm looking at him like, yo, I play all of this shit. How come I'm not making music like this?
see, that's crazy, man, because that's two different perspectives. Like when I was around that time, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This guy's making music. I don't know how to do any of this shit he's doing. I don't know how to play a lick of piano. And I'm thinking like, how do I do this? But you are in a totally different perspective. You're like, I can do this. That's crazy, man. So yeah, keep going. I just wanted to say that.
Cause like he was kind of basically doing what I was doing on my Yamaha, but like
Okay.
way more refined, obviously. So like I downloaded, I think it was like, what was it, Magic's Mixcraft? No, Magic's
Mixcraft.
Music Maker or some shit. Then I just started trying to make beats and stuff. And then like after I made my first shitty beat, bro, I'm like, yo, this is it, yo, this is the career for me.
And then what? How old were you at this point?
I was like, I think 12. I was going into grade 9. Like it was that summer leading into grade 9 when I found this.
Gotcha. And you said what year is this about roughly?
I think like 2010 or 2011, something like that. Yeah.
Got you. Dope. Yeah, man. Back then too, there definitely wasn't as much content online. Like Ryan Leslie videos and stuff like that were kind of like the only like stuff you could watch. There was no internet money tutorials.
Yeah.
There was no none of this stuff. So
yeah.
So you said you think this is what you wanted to do. You started making beats in Magic's Music Maker. What was like the next step after that?
I was just mostly experimenting. Then I went from like Magic's Music Maker to like Mixcraft 4.
Shout out to Mixcraft.
Yeah, shout out to Mixcraft. And then I went to like Reason, and then now I'm on FL.
What was your original vision? Were you like were you wanting to be a producer, or did you see what Ryan Leslie did? You wanted to be the full thing, like artist or songwriter and all that, or?
Yeah, I wanted to be a producer, but honestly, I didn't know. Like I didn't even want to be a producer that made beats for like the artists and stuff, because I just seen a bunch of producers on YouTube like making videos, and like at the time you could get really paid off YouTube.
Right.
So I was just making videos, posting them on YouTube, hoping to get popping or whatever, like someone might like see the shit or whatever. But
so you didn't have a beat, you didn't have a beat store or nothing to do, they just post.
No, I have actually tried to sell beats online, like on YouTube and stuff, but no one's ever bought a beat. I've made more off AdSense than actual buys. I've never sold a beat online in my life.
That's funny. What'd you do? Did you do BeatStars, Airbit? What route did you go?
I just YouTube, SoundCloud, and yeah, that was basically it.
Oh, and you were just like, oh, email me if you want to buy the beat.
Yeah, basically on some like 13-year-old like trying to sell beats type of shit,
Right. And so I had cut you off right before you were talking about how you finally were you about to get into FL.
Yeah, so I've been on FL for the last probably 8 years now. I was just jumping all over the place with DAWs, because like people were telling me like, yo, this certain producer uses this certain producer uses that, so like I didn't really know too much about plugins and stuff, so I just thought like Boy Wonder and T- was using like stock FL shit.
Okay.
And clearly they wasn't, bro. Clearly they were using like, I don't know, Nexus, whatever the hot VSTs were at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, a huge early thing for me was watching a lot of beat battles because there's this huge beat battle in Toronto. Battle of the Beat Makers, like Boy Wonder won 3 times, T minus won, 1985 did it. Like that's where even me and Wondagurl met.
Oh wow. So
So
were you there as an attendee, or you just
yeah, I
were?
was there as an attendee. The first year I was there as an attendee. Wondagurl was actually in the battle. We were both 13 at the time, so like
Wow.
we just connected, and then from there we just kept sending beats back and forth to
So
each
this is
other.
before Wonder Girl had any placements and stuff too.
Yeah, this is before anything. And then the year after, actually, we actually had to battle each other because we got randomly selected against each other. And like that year, 2012, when I did the battle, when we battled and I battled against Wondagurl, we did a triple tiebreaker. So
Like triple overtime kind of thing it went
yeah,
into?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn.
So that was kind of like what put me on the map in Toronto. Once people saw that, they're like, okay, yeah, who is this kid? This kid is a heavy hitter. We got to watch out for him.
So they take the battle. I mean, I already kind of knew they took it serious in Toronto, but it's very serious, like part of the culture there in Toronto, the
Yeah,
battle
it's
scene.
kind of like a right you got to go through as a producer. Like literally, like every producer has done it, win or lose. Like you've entered.
Fire. That's dope,
Yeah,
man. So around this time, how much time were you spending making beats? Was it kind of like if you weren't in school, you were making beats kind of thing, or?
yo, literally, yo, any opportunity I had to make a beat, yo, I would do it. And I didn't have a laptop at this time either, so every time I was home, I was like, yo, I'm not doing no homework or nothing. I never did homework as a kid. I was just like naturally good at school,
Okay.
one of those type of kids. Like I was just always making beats the minute I got home. Like yeah, I had a desktop, so even like when I had to go do like studio sessions, like I would carry that desktop around with me on like the subway and shit,
Wow.
just to like go do sessions and make beats. And then I finally got a laptop when I was like 16, and then I would bring that shit everywhere. Like literally every minute I got to make a beat, I'd try to make a beat.
So let's talk about the sessions where you were bringing the laptop on, or you bringing the desktop on the subway. These are probably not big artist sessions. These are more
Yeah,
like
just
in that
super
come.
local. Yeah.
So how did you get into, like, was it the battle scene that got you into meeting these people where you could come to these sessions, or what really was it that
Yeah, it
got
was
you
a lot.
networking?
Yeah, a lot from the battle. I met a couple of dope like artists from the battle, and also we have this thing in Toronto called the Remix Project, and that's kind of like a hub. It's like a space where they try to incubate talent, like whether it's recording arts, like videography, photography, music business, like all facets of creativity. It's like very selective, handpicked individuals for that. So like I learned how to network and stuff through that a lot, and a
Okay.
lot of local connections through that. So I was just doing a lot of those like smaller local sessions.
Dope, dope. And what was your mindset there here? Like, were you like, I want to meet like the next artist, or were you trying to get to big placements, or like what was your mindset?
Yeah, obviously, like at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get placements. Like I'm trying to make it by 18 years old or whatever. So I'm like, let's just learn how to um produce these artists, these smaller local artists, and see where this shit goes. Let's just try to make the best music possible because like who knows who's gonna hear it. That was my mentality at the time. So I was just going in like I wasn't even making people pay for these beats. I'm just like, yo, let's try to just get these songs out.
Were big jam, big jam. Um, so yeah, man. What was like the most? Was there anything that was difficult to you about learning how to make beats? Obviously, I'd assume it wasn't melodies, because
Hmm.
you
Yeah, for me, it was actually like leaving space for the artist. Like my
mm,
biggest mistake early on was doing way too much.
mm,
Because like yeah, I came from that background of like classical and like jazz and stuff. So like I was I was not even making beats. I was making like full out compositions, bro. Melody, background melody, counter melody, and then like I'd probably have like a counter melody, like too
yeah,
much going on. The drums were weak too. Like
the drums were weak.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
What
that was a huge issue for a long time.
where were you going, like for well, first of all, I want to know, like, what kind of music were you listening to around this time? What was your inspiration from?
Um, a lot when I started making beats. Honestly, I just started listening to straight instrumentals, bro. So like my favorite producers. A lot of Justice League beats, bro.
Okay, hell yeah,
A lot
they're
of T
fire.
minus, a lot of Boy Wonder, like a lot of Pharrell. Like I would just listen to a lot of those instrumentals, trying to dissect the sounds they were using and like the different patterns.
And what about learning how to make beats? What was like
Yeah, there weren't really any tutorials like that, so it was just more like experimenting. Just me experimenting or like asking, going back and forth with Wondagurl, trying to find like what the new sauce is, like how to do this or that.
got you, so collabing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dope, man. So you know, you're moving around the city in Toronto, you know, working with local artists. Was there any like was there any like bad times where, you know, maybe you thought about quitting, or there was something like hard you had to overcome or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, I have Asian parents, so they're like, yo, what are you doing? Yo, this music shit's a hobby. Like,
Mm.
this is not a job. Like, yo, you got to go to school and all of that. Because I didn't go to school past high school or nothing. So like, they were on me about that. Like, yo, when you go into college or whatever, I'm like, never. I actually faked going to college 1 year so they could get off my back.
How the hell did you fake going to college?
You know, so basically there was this program like in my neighborhood or whatever. They're like, they'd send a kid to like this local college out here called Humber. So no one was applying for it, so I applied for it, and then I got in. And like my thing was like, okay, all I got to do is get a student card and like one letter from the school and I'm good. I am set. So
Yeah.
like I got the student card, right? And then I got one piece of mail from this school. And like every couple months, I would drop this letter back in the mail so they think it would be like a report card or some shit.
Wow.
So like every 4 months, I'd be dropping the same envelope with the school like label on the envelope in the mail. So my parents think, yo, this guy's getting report cards every couple months.
Yo, Finesse's parents found the college though. That's fire.
Yeah, so
That's
that's what it
crazy.
had to do, just to get them off my back so I could do what I do, you know?
Yeah. So you really believed in yourself. You never there wasn't even maybe like when you first got into making music where you weren't thinking college or none of that?
No, none of that. Like even I was like 14, like my peers are like, yo, you're not going to school? Like, yo, you don't got a plan B. They'd laugh. I'd be like, yo, I never planned to fail. What do you mean plan B? Like that was my thing. Like I only make a plan B if I plan to fail. Like I don't plan to fail at this shit at all, bro. That's
That's
not in my mental.
that's powerful right there, bro. I think the people in the chat need to hear that shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, for real, man. No plan B, man.
Yeah.
I could dig that, bro. I could dig that.
Yeah, and like thank God it actually worked out. There were obviously times where like I was like, yo, when is it gonna happen? Like, yo, I'm out here working, I'm struggling. Like, I didn't make no money for the longest time, you know. So I was like, yo, I need this shit to pop off ASAP. And then I guess like 2017, like 2016, around there, shit started rolling. So I'm like, okay, it's about time.
Got you. So we've been, man. It's and around the same time too. You're all your time is going to making music, networking.
Literally all day, I'm just making music.
Got you. Yeah, man. We a couple, you know, few past episodes we've been talking about obsession. Would you say you were and probably still are obsessed with music and making beats and?
100%. These days, I'm not making as high as a quantity of beats, but like right now, I'm striving more for quality than anything.
Okay.
But like when I was on the come up, like definitely like quantity helps you a lot. Like you learn a lot more just making a whole bunch of different stuff.
Got you. Yeah, man. So shit. So what was well, first of all, did your parents ever figure out that you finessed them, or was it
Oh
not
no, they still don't know to this day.
to this day?
Oh, they still don't know. Yeah,
Shit. Hopefully they don't watch this interview.
yeah. I mean, it don't matter now. Like
Yeah,
they
it
know
don't.
what I'm
Yeah,
up to. So like they happy. They
yeah.
happy.
They'll probably be thankful that you finessed them.
Yeah.
So man, that's crazy. That I definitely wasn't expecting that. What was like? So what was your first moment where you're like, okay, I'm finally going somewhere with this, or was there a moment like that?
Um, Yeah, 100%. Around like 2015, 2016, my friend Sunny Diamonds, he's an engineer out here in Toronto, introduced me to this new artist named Roy Woods. And then he was like, "Yo, there's this dope kid. Y'all are the same age. Um, Oliver from OVO's like fucking
Right.
with him, and like I was sending beats to Oliver at this time too, so I knew Oliver.
How'd
So
you
I'm
link
like,
up with Oliver?
um, so basically, there was this artist in Toronto that I wanted to work with. So I I did everything I could to get a meeting with him and his manager. So
Okay.
I did get that meeting with him, and then this artist manager like really fucked with my sound or whatever what I was doing. So he's like, "Yo, send me some stuff. I'll send it over to Oliver." And then from there, like Oliver got my contact, and I started sending beats to Oliver directly.
Fire. If you
And
don't mind me
then
asking, man, how did you said you did everything to get this meeting. What was everything?
like first, I discovered this artist when I went to a show. I'm like, "Yo, who is this guy?" And then Wondagurl told me, "Yo, this is Trey Mission." So I was like, I was just trying to see who in my circle knew who, and then one of my boys actually worked for a law firm. uh okay, wait, hold on, how do I explain this? My boy worked for a law firm, but the same guy that owns a law firm owns a management company,
Okay.
and the manager happened to work for that management company, and it's all in the same building. So yeah, I got connected through my boy who was in the law firm, and then he linked me to the management, and then we had a sit down meeting, played him some of my beats, and he was really rocking with them.
Fire, fire. Yeah, I just had to ask, man, because a lot of the guys, there's 270 producers listening in,
Hmm.
and they love those details, man. Because a lot of people are like, man, how do I even like get these meetings? Or like, what do I
Yeah.
have to do to? So that's what I mean. Like when I say, man, that, like those details are everything to us as far as the gems. But um, so you're sending beats to Oliver, and then oh yeah, back to that big moment, like where you're like, okay, I'm,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
finally
yeah,
going somewhere.
yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I decided to link up with Roy Woods, and then we made a couple of tracks. The first track we ever made was Jealousy, which ended up being one of his lead songs on his first tape. And then yeah, from there we just kept working more and more, and he kept growing. He signed his deal with OVO. That's like, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we actually like getting somewhere. Because before I was just doing local shit, and like Roy Woods is local too, but he was on like a more global scale. He was doing local shit, but he was also with OVO, touring with Drake and all of that. So I'm like,
Right, right.
we're actually getting popping. And then around the same time, like I was actually linking with TDE as well, like guys like Isaiah, Absol, like SZA, like all of them. I
Did
was linking.
how did you link with them?
Yo, the same manager that linked me with Oliver, actually, same guy. He linked me with them.
Plug.
So yeah, he's the plug. Um, and then yeah, around the same time, all of that was going down. I think For the Squad dropped by Isaiah Rashad, and Drugs by Ab Soul. And like when those two dropped, and then I got all the Roy Wood stuff behind me, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is turning out to be pretty decent. This is a solid start. Like, this is a really good start. Like I don't gotta worry too much anymore. Like we're gonna make it happen now.
Fire, fire. And did you have a job or anything at this time, or you were just
No, no job. I've never had a job or anything. I just was content living broke.
or
Yeah. I was
no?
like, yo, I'd rather be broke working on my dream than like working a job and like thinking of making beats all day. Cause like I remember Boy Wonder told the story. He's like, he used to think about making beats all day working at this store called Winners or whatever. And then I'm like, yo, I don't want to have to do that. Like I'm still young. Like I'm 17, I'm 18. Like I live with my mom. Like she don't make me pay rent yet. So like that's blessed. Like I just gotta focus on music.
Right, right. And they were and your parents were thinking you were in college, so they
Yeah,
were like,
exactly. They thought I was in college. So
"Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do if you believe in yourself, though. You know,
exactly.
you weren't hurting nobody."
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so shit, man. What was like your first I guess placement that like paid off and actually did numbers and was a milestone for you?
I guess initially I guess it would have to be No Favors by Big Sean and Eminem. Like that's the one that really set it off. Because like the Isaiah Rashad was and like Absol and Roy Woods was dope, but they didn't really do crazy numbers like how like an Eminem Big Sean record would do,
Right.
obviously.
Hell yeah.
Once that one dropped, that was like so much hype around it. Like Eminem was dissing Trump on the record. It was getting, yeah, it even like charted like top 30 or some shit, which is
Wow.
pretty crazy for like a random album cut. So that was the one that really put me on the map. After that, like a lot of people in the industry, like all these publishers or whatever, all these labels are like, yo, come in, like we gotta meet this guy, all of that stuff, you know.
So what's that like? What's that like when those meetings start happening?
They're cool. They're all right. I mean, now that I've done a bunch of them, I really know how they go. Like a lot of those intro meetings are just whatever. Like a lot of things that were said in the meetings never happened. So they're like, yo, we could do this for you, do that for you. You should do this, do that. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like, you know, it's a lot of just talk.
Yeah. We definitely heard that before. That you know, there's a lot of not empty promises, but just like you just said, just a lot of talk. Like it sounds good in the moment type stuff.
Yeah, I mean the worst situations are like where the ones where I actually like the people and they were like, yo, don't worry, we'll get this and that to you, and then like they just ghost you. They try to hit them back out, they ghost you. Like, oh shit, like yeah, she was a cool person when I met you.
Yeah. Damn. So did you end up signing a pub deal or?
I signed one pretty recently, about like a year ago.
Okay.
So I signed a co-pub with this producer Malay and BMG. Why I decided to sign with Malay, because like he's done like all the Frank Ocean stuff. Like he basically executive produced that stuff, and like John Legend, like Lord, like who you name it, yeah, he's done it on like on the big pop scale. And I'm like, more so than anything, I don't care about the money side or anything. Like I want a mentor, someone who I could learn from, someone that could do stuff I can't do, that I could learn all of that shit from. So Malay does all this crazy shit that I don't know how to do, and I've learned so much so far just from working with him, and he's put me in situations that I thought I've never been able to get to, like at this point in my career. Like I've done a Zayn Malik record, which I thought I would have done, which is so out of my zone, but he made it happen. So
that's fine. So you said that you know you started getting those calls, but you just you didn't. There was a gap between that time and when you did actually sign the pub deal last year. Was that because you decided you didn't like the offers, or is it because of like the meetings weren't going anywhere, kind of thing? Like the offers were there, or there was really no offers there.
I mean, there were offers. Like I was saying, like some people offered me shit, and then I'm like, okay, yo, like send over the contracts, we'll look at it. Then they ghost me. I'm like, so why'd you even send me the offer? Why did we have this meeting if you're not gonna
Yeah.
send over the paperwork, whatever? But really, I didn't sign because like I wanted to wait. I wanted to like for my catalog to stack up a little more, because like I had a couple like big records and a lot of small records. So you know that doesn't really cut you a big check or anything. So I was just letting the catalog build. I was just trying to like keep my stuff for as long as I can until like I found literally like the right situation for me. Like I said, at the end of the day, like my decision didn't come down to the money. I waited so long where I had made my own money, so I didn't have to worry about the advance or whatever too much. It was more so like, yeah, like what can I learn from this person, or what opportunities could it present to me that I can't do for myself.
Hell yeah, I like that. Instead of thinking what's bigger than the money, like who can actually have a personal relationship and grow with, versus just being another name on the roster kind of thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, bro, it's a loan. People forget, yo, it's a loan. You got to pay that back. Oh, sure, you got $1 million deal. Yeah, you got to pay them back $1 million too.
Yeah.
So
not out of pocket, but with your work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting, man. So, man, what's some advice for people as far as patience? Because it seems like patience has been big for you, as far as like you started making beats like before ninth grade. and didn't really get placements till after high school.
Yeah, till after high school.
And then there were a couple nice little placements. So man, talk about patience. And was it just natural to you, or is it something you had to like hold on, I got to be patient here or something like
Yeah,
that?
definitely the producing game has taught me patience, because like I'm not really that patient of a person. Like I hate waiting for shit. But like I always knew in the back of my mind, like, because I was working so hard at this, like, yo, I will make it. I will make it. It's just everyone has their time. It needs to be the right time at the right place. Like everyone has their time to shine. Like you just gotta wait for yours. So I just kept grinding, bro. Like it's about to happen. I just believed in myself that much that I was willing to wait for it.
Got you, man. What was when you finally did get a some good checks, man? What were some of the first things that you had to buy?
Damn, I made a lot of dumb decisions, bro. I used to buy like a lot of like jewelry, just a bunch of random ass clothes and shit, just go shopping and all that shit, bro. Cause
Is it
like
because you maybe you thought that this is what you're supposed to do, or is that something you kind of always wanted? You're like, yo, I can't wait for this shit to take off so I can buy jewelry and clothes, stuff like that.
it was like in the back of my mind, it was shit that I always wanted, but like I grew up like broke, so I never had money. Like my whole family, like we grew up poor. We never had no money or anything. So once I got money, I never had money in my life before. I'm like, I didn't know how what to do with it. I didn't know how to manage it properly or anything like that. So I was just like, shit, I have money now. Now I could spend it on shit that I've always wanted, you know? So
Yeah,
I finally bought like a new laptop, and like, that was actually an essential. And then
yeah,
like
that's a good investment.
bunch of like random ass shit that I didn't need.
Most definitely.
But it was a learning experience at the end of the day. So that doesn't justify it at all or anything, but you know.
Yeah, no, I think people have to go through it, man. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
think it's great to, instead of going like from 0 to 100, like getting a big ass pub, walking into a huge ass deal and a big ass pub deal. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's dangerous because if you walk into like $1 million check and you've never even had like a couple thousand in your account, like I feel like people can really make dumb decisions. But if you get it incrementally, I think you can learn and take learn
Yeah.
smaller lessons the hard way, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, I think that that's another testament to patience. Like because man, there's so much wisdom and stuff that you can learn along the way just from taking those baby steps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So you stayed in Toronto, correct?
Yeah, I currently still live in Toronto, but I'd be back and forth between Los Angeles and Toronto a lot.
Okay. Is there a reason that you decided to stay in Toronto versus like just fully moving out to Toronto or to LA?
Actually, I was thinking of doing that. I was supposed to move out there I guess this September, but like the corona shit kind of messed things up
Mm.
with all my plans, like just traveling the world in general and moving and stuff. So I might have to move that to like 2021 or something. But
Word.
I just like Toronto, like the vibe of Toronto. I like Cali, don't get me wrong, but like nothing every day, like the weather's always the same and nothing changes too much. And like in Toronto, like you get so much variation. I like that. I like variations in my day. You never really know what it's gonna look like the next day in Toronto. And you get 4 seasons. In Cali, you literally get one.
Right, right. But shit, man, you fuck with the snow though?
I don't. That's why I go to Cali in the winter, you
Okay.
know? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I fuck with like fall and spring. Like I really really big on spring and fall.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I mean, cause I'm where I'm originally from is like 3 hours from Toronto, so I know
Okay,
we
word.
we we get the same weather, so I know exactly
Oh,
what
where are you originally from?
Rochester, New York. You familiar?
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
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 it's the same weather basically, yeah.
yeah. Right across the lake, literally.
Hmm.
Yeah, same weather, man. It's crazy. So let's talk about the Drake record, man, on More Life, the 4422.
Hmm.
How did that one come about?
Yo, I actually sent him that beat, I think in like 2015 or some shit. So I sent that beat to Oliver in 2015, and then Oliver was like, all right, hold that beat like for us. Like, don't send that to nobody. Like, hold that for us. I'm like, oh, for sure. Like that beat was custom made for you guys. Like you told me to send you that shit. So yeah, he held that beat, whatever. I'm chilling. I'm chilling in LA at this point. It's 2017. No Favors drops, Big Sean song. Then I get a Oliver hits me up. He's like, "Yo, you remember this beat that you sent 3 years ago? Yo, do you still have the stems for this one?"
Mm.
I'm like, I forgot about that beat. Yo, hold up, let me check. This is an old beat. I don't know if I have the stems, and luckily I did end up having the stems for it. So I sent it over. He's like, "Dope. We think we're gonna use it for the new Drake project." And then, but I don't want to get ahead of myself because like I've been taken off of albums the day before it drops before, so
Damn.
like major albums too. That not just like like local releases, like majors. So I wasn't trying to get too ahead of myself until I was back in Toronto, and then I actually linked up with 40 while he was mixing 4422. So once I heard that, once I was sat down with 40, he was mixing it, and then he played me the whole project and where my song sat in relation to everything else. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, yo. I got the contract, we signed it. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking on a Drake project. Yo, this is amazing. This is crazy. Even though Drake's not on the song, it's still a dope record to me.
Yeah,
It
not
makes
definitely.
that record a little bit more special just because he's actually not on it. So
And I want to, yeah, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about the record specifically, but before I forget, man, talk about you. You mentioned that you've been pulled off of projects like the day before it drops, and I
yeah,
know that's got to be painful, man. Can you talk about that a little bit?
yeah, super painful. Like I remember we were working on this one album. I'm not gonna name names or nothing, but
No, it's all good. Yeah.
um yeah, they sent over the contract. It was an artist featuring someone else. So originally it was gonna go on the feature artist album, but then the other artists like, no, 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 I'm gonna put it on my album. So we're like, cool. And then it's time for them to put out their album, and then we get the paperwork, about to send it back. A couple of days before the release, whatever. We just had a couple questions about the contracts, and then the lawyer hits us up back the day before. It's like, actually, yeah, we're not using this song anymore. The day before the album comes, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you pulled the record off of someone else's album for you to use it, and then you pulled it off your album. I'm
Right.
like, yo, that's crazy.
Damn, that's almost like, man. It's almost like it could have been a like a chess move on their part too. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't know the artist or what you're talking about, but to pull that off, maybe it could have been to keep that feature from that artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like man, there's so
Yeah.
many like because I've heard like about Kanye, like his whole situation when he was had his deal with Adidas, and then LVMH was gonna sign him. I don't know if you're familiar, and they were like, hey man, come, basically they're like, come fuck with us, drop
Mm-hmm.
Adidas, come fuck with us. So he did. He dropped Adidas, and then right before it was time to sign with LVMH, that's Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy,
Yeah. Yeah.
they basically cut him off. They're like, nah, we changed our mind, we're going a different route. And then he's like, yo, what the fuck, you just made me walk out of, I had a great thing going with Adidas, I basically told them to fuck off, and now you're telling me to fuck off. Like, so man, when I seen that interview that came out last year, I was just like, damn, that's like some high level, because these are billionaires. LVMH is like one of the
Yeah.
biggest brands in the world. Like what if that was a move to pull Kanye from Adidas and to block certain things? Like I always,
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big chess move, though. That's a huge chess move.
yeah, that's a huge chess move. But I just when you said that, it just made me think of shit like that, because you
Mm-hmm.
never know. Damn. So but back to the actual record, man. That melody, because the song, that record actually plays out more like an interlude. I feel like.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. Cause like even when I was sending that beat, like Oliver's asking me, "Yo, send me stuff with no drums, like some interlude shit." I'm like, "Yo, okay, for
Word.
sure, I got you."
Got you. That was my question, because I was like, is that how you made it? Because the drums don't even come in till like the song's almost over, kind of thing. So I was just wondering,
Mm-hmm.
like, did they restructure it? Is that how you actually did it?
Yeah, yeah. Like they kept the structure the same. Honestly, like the drums at the end, I was even iffy about sending because like in the email, like they were sending me about like what to send them. They're like, "Yo, no drums." But I'm like, "Yeah, I want to demo at least a little bit of drums, unless in case they want to go there." So that's why there's drums at the end, and they ended up keeping it. So like they never changed a single thing on that record structurally or anything like that.
That's fire. That's fire, man. And man, talk about that melody, bro. If you can, like, um, the what went into making that melody, because that melody's so like, it's got so much feeling, and it's so fire.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what type of mood I was in. I was definitely still on the come up. So, you know, I just remember like sitting in my dark ass room, like playing that shit on my little keyboard. Just, I was making a lot of interlude type of stuff anyway. So I was just in that vibe. Just a lot of pads and stuff. People like around that time were like, yo, you sound a lot like 40 too. So I was like, I guess just because I use a lot of pads and like atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah.
And like a lot of my productions in that time frame was like very atmospheric too.
Yeah. Kind of like that Toronto sound. Like I feel like that's what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys really brought
Toronto
that to the game.
is very dark and atmospheric, you know. So
And
yeah,
do you know what VSTs you might have used for that?
like I used like
If
a
you feel
couple
like sharing the sauce.
Nexus, like Atmosphere, I guess, and then yeah, I think that's basically it. Like a couple Atmospheres and like Nexus.
Next atmosphere, okay. What are some of your? Because man, that it sounds like a sample. Like you know what I mean. Like when I first heard it, I was like, "Yo, is
Mhm.
this a sample?" But so it's just and it's crazy because you made that in 2015, and that's like kind of that's definitely before like you know the sample wave. Producers started really getting into making samples that
Mhm.
sounded like you know old records and you
Yeah.
know analog and stuff like that. What kind of VSTs and stuff are you using now? What's some of your go tos?
Yeah, I'm really big on like the analog emulation stuff. So like I'm using a lot of Arteria stuff.
Okay,
Like Roland got some good plugins too.
yeah,
Yeah, those two companies like I'm really big on. Like Arteria got a whole list of plugins, as you know, like they got the Juno, they got the Prophet. Like I use all of them.
or
What else I'd be using? Yeah, mostly those. And like I have a folder of like one shot samples that I've recorded or like my friends have recorded off different synths and stuff like that as well. I've been using a lot of one shots, but like yeah, I'm really heavy on like the analog stuff right now. Like if I could, like every chance I do get to use like a hardware piece of like gear, like a real life Juno or whatever or Oberheim, like I'm using it every time.
dope, dope. Do you have those in your home setup or?
No, I don't actually have any gear because like they're so hard to find and they're mad expensive. And I don't really have the space to store them right now.
Gotcha,
But right now I'm just using the analog emulation plugins. Like
gotcha.
and they've been working out pretty well. Like they sound great.
You get into contact at all?
Yeah, I have a couple of libraries from them. Like I have a lot of the native instrument stuff. They have some
Very
pretty cool libraries out there. It's just I just don't use them often because like it takes a while to load sometimes.
or
So like sometimes when I'm in the studio, it slows down my workflow a little bit when I'm with artists and stuff.
what's your home setup like right now, man? What's some of your gear that you do use?
Yo, it's mad simple. I got a Native Instruments complete audio interface.
Okay,
I got a Neumann 103. I got my laptop. I got Yamaha HS5s, and I also have a pair of Mackie
damn
CR4s for like
HS5.
yeah, HS5s. I got Mackie CR4s for like referencing, and I have like a Native Instruments keyboard, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm pretty simple. I like to be as mobile as possible.
Where
Yeah.
the Neumann mic, are you you lay down vocals and stuff? Or you like sample your voice and stuff like that?
Um, I do sample like my voice and stuff, but usually I do that on like my iPhone voice notes more than mic. I
Mm,
used to have people over and like recording
okay.
when social distancing wasn't a thing. Yeah, so that's why I have a mic. But I don't be recording myself or anything. I ain't got no bars, bro.
You don't got bars?
I don't got bars. I don't got no bars.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I ain't got no bars either, man.
That's why I
Um,
make beats, you know.
definitely, man. So let's talk about the Uzi Feelings is Mutual Love is Rage 2 placement, the platinum. Is that your most
Mhm.
commercially successful song?
Actually, the most commercially successful would probably be that Drake record or the Big Sean ones.
Okay.
But because More Life is a playlist, like RIAA doesn't really see it as an album.
Really?
Yeah, but technically it's streamed enough or whatever to be triple plat, but
How does that
it's not.
even? Do you know why? That doesn't
I
even make
have
sense.
no idea, bro. They don't classify it as an album or nothing.
That's weird. Is that because Because there's songs that Drake isn't actually on. Is
No,
that
I don't know.
maybe
I think it's because he labeled it a playlist or some shit, bro.
okay?
But yeah, they don't consider it an album according to RIAA. So
That's weird.
I'll never get that back, but that's fine with me.
That doesn't affect like the royalty side or anything,
No,
does it?
not at all. Not at
Okay.
all.
Word. Very
But yeah,
interesting.
those two probably my most successful tracks. But probably no favorites though, because like that as a song, it went at least gold. So the song itself went gold. Probably closer to platinum now, but I don't really know.
Word. But yeah, man. So how did that Uzi placement come about?
So the Uzi stuff, Wondagurl like told me to come down to Atlanta with her like in 2017,
Okay.
early 2017, like January. If I remember the date correctly, I flew down to Atlanta January 3rd, and then we were just in the studio. Uzi was not in Atlanta at the time; he was back in Philly, but he gave us the studio. Like I forgot what studio it was. I think it's Mean Street,
Okay. Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
studio
Atlantic.
Don them own or
Mm-hmm.
work out of, and they just gave us the studio for 2 weeks. Like, yeah, just work on whatever, as long as we get beats at the end for Uzi. Like, yeah, well, y'all do whatever you want. So like we went in, me and Wondagurl just worked on a bunch of beats for like Uzi, and yeah, out of all the beats we made, like she ended up getting 4 or 5 on the album, and then Feelings Mutual was one of the many that we did that landed on there.
Word.
We did so many tracks, but that was the only track I had that actually landed on there.
Okay. Definitely.
But
Definitely.
yeah, I didn't actually get to meet Uzi or nothing, but I did get to work on it in Atlanta. So
Fire. Fire. Man. So what's your now? Now that you have all this success, you're multi-platinum, all these placements. 10 years in the game, base essentially. What's your daily lifestyle like? Well, yeah. Let's start with that. What's your daily lifestyle like?
these days,
I know
I
it's
just
gonna be different than probably if I asked this question like 4 months ago, but
yeah, these days I'll be waking up depending how late I sleep. I wake up pretty late now, like around noonish. Yeah, so around then now. I usually
he's
start with
not
like
early
doing
gang.
yeah. So it's usually start like I check my emails because there's always a bunch of emails. Um, and then I'll I'll open my FL and like I'll usually listen back to what I did like yesterday or the day before or whatever. I like to listen back with fresh ears to see like where I was at,
Yeah, yeah,
and I listen back, and then if I'm feeling it, then I'll finish stuff or I'll start something new. But if not, like I'll just go do my thing, whatever, like chill, watch TV, go cook or whatever it is. And then usually in the evening times I start making beats again. But during quarantine I actually been streaming on Twitch a lot. So in the
fire.
afternoons, like every other day, like from like 3 to 6, I'll be streaming on Twitch or whatever, making beats.
Hell yeah.
And
Let
like
them know where they could tap in. Francis
yeah,
got heat, or is
Francis
it
got
just
heat. Francis got heat on every platform, on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. Like I'm there.
hell yeah? I gotta come
But
check you out.
yeah, so that's been a big part of my routine, like a lot of streaming. Um, which is interesting. It's been hella fun. Never thought I'd be a streamer, but yeah.
Word.
Um, but
Man,
yeah,
I feel like a lot of people are like, man, are looking to different routes like that. But
yeah, like
I didn't mean to cut you off though.
oh no, it's all good. Yeah, but that's basically my routine. I can't really not much to do outside or nothing. I just try to keep myself entertained in my crib, so just streaming, watching movies and shit. Yeah.
You ever get beat blocked?
Oh, all the time, all the time. Like now is like the most difficult time for me in beat block because like when I do have beat block, like my favorite thing to do is go outside, go to walk around and like go see shit. But I can't do that too often, or like or to how I like right now because of quarantine and stuff like that.
Right.
And like also with the streaming stuff, some days I'm not feeling it. I don't really necessarily want to make beats, but shit, I said I would jump on stream and make beats, so I can't just cancel it.
Yeah.
So that kind of forces me to do it. But I haven't found really a new way to get over it. I've just been waiting it out, really, this quarantine.
Hmm. What's
It's
the
not
what's the
that's
most
not
you've ever
really a
had to
good.
wait it out?
So far, like It was actually last week. Like last week, I went on stream and I made like 0 beats, bro. I tried to make beats all week. I made like 8 trash ideas. It's like that's been like the longest streak for me so far. Like this quarantine, like 1 week.
Damn, 1 week
But
no
yo, it
beat. At least you
happens
were
though.
still trying though. At least you were still.
Yo, like I keep it 100% real on stream. I tell them like, yo, bro, this is real life. Shit happens. I'm not gonna like prepare my stream to make myself look good. You know, like
Yeah.
I keep it 100 on my stream.
Nah, facts. Man, I'll definitely make sure I drop the links to your Twitch and all that in the description of the video after it's up.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Definitely, man. But shit, damn, there was a. Oh, okay. So yeah, what the second part of my question about being 10 years in the game, you've had mass success. In your eyes, man, what do you see as what you need to do to take it to the next level?
To the next level, bro. There's so much for me to do. Like right now, I'm just trying to build and get in contact and have better relationships with these artists. Cause yeah, I've had tracks with some of these guys, but like they don't necessarily know me, or like I've never been in the studio with them either. Like I've done tracks with Bryson, but that was through like email. Like I sent him the beat. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So like I'm just trying to get more involved on projects. Like I don't want to just do one-off singles or whatever. You know, I'm trying to like executive produce more, I guess.
Whoa.
Find my own talent and build more, like build my own sound more. To the point where like, you know, when like you hear a beat, you can kind of recognize who it is. Just have to beat minus the tag, like based on whatever it is, you can tell, yo, that's a murder beat, yo, that's a boy Wonder beat, that's a whoever beat, you know, that's a Pharrell beat or whatever. Trying to like make my stamp really, because like right now like a small community of people like know me and know the sound, but definitely trying to grow that, drop like my own music as well. Like that's the next step for me too, like find my own artists, drop my own shit, own the records.
Facts. I can dig it, bro. So yeah, I wanna get people in for Q&A. We got 2 people in the waiting room already. If you guys want to tap into the Q&A, just click the link in the description to tap into the Zoom. But while we're waiting for people to join the Zoom, that so on the 4422 record, was there any other artist or producer that sampled that melody and made a song out of it? Because bro, I swear I've heard that in other songs before, and I know it was after yours. But am I tripping or?
Not that I know of, to be honest.
Okay, maybe I just heard it like a producer might have like sampled it and sent it in for like a beat battle or something. Like because we do the beat battles and people send in beats, so maybe something like that. But I swear to God, I've heard that on songs like after that. So I was just wondering, and
Yeah,
I tried to search it too
for sure.
before the
That'd
interview.
be
I was like,
interesting though. That's interesting. I'd love to hear like if someone did flip it, how they would, because like that song is so full. There's so much going on. Like I don't know how one would flip it.
facts, 100%. Cool, man. So yeah, let's get we got 475 Audio Productions, man. Let's get people in for Q&A.
Dope.
Make sure when you guys join, you connect the audio and then mute the YouTube stream in the background. All right. Maybe he walked away from his phone. We'll just keep it going. If you guys want to tap into the Q&A, the Zoom link is in the description as always. Ryan Cortez, Ref. Okay, I see. Here they come.
Yo, where are you based out of right now?
Atlanta.
Actually? Oh, Atlanta. Yo, yeah. I actually love Atlanta.
Yo, what's good?
You come down here quite a bit? What's good, Raf?
I've been there twice now, and both times have been amazing.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, FrancisGotHeat?
Yo, what's good? Raphael, what's good, bro?
This guy's from my city, Toronto. I like it. Oh,
you're from Toronto too?
Yeah.
Sick.
Bro, I had a question. So, do you know any good studios in Toronto? Good ones to lock into?
Depends what you're looking for, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Toronto, like compared
like to make beats, you know, like to go in and have a studio to make beats in.
Yo, that's a tough one. Toronto ain't really like Atlanta and LA, where there's like a bunch of high quality studios to go to. Because either you got like the big 3, like Metalworks, Orange Lounge, Noble, or you go into a home studio setup.
Facts.
So like
I've only
honestly,
been to the home studios.
yeah, either you're going to a $200 an hour studio, or you're going to like a next man's home studio setup with
That's like
Yamahas
your
that you
boy.
probably have at home, you know.
Facts.
So honestly, like I don't really be going to too many studios in Toronto for that reason, bro, because I got the same shit at my crib. But like there's this place in Toronto called Lynx Music, LYNX.
Okay.
They have pretty good rates, like $22 or $28 an hour. You get a room.
Okay.
The sound is pretty decent. You can bump that shit loud.
Okay.
So if you can't bump that shit loud at home, like
yeah, because I
pretty good
can't,
rate.
bro. I just want to go somewhere, you know, just listen in like a studio and just fucking get like a different vibe, bro. Always cooking in my house.
Yeah. Check out Lynx, bro. LYNX. Lynx Music. It's $28 for the big room, and yeah,
Shit,
the
that's
sound's
cheap.
pretty decent.
$28
no
an
more.
hour.
That was more of a personal gem Dylan I needed for my city, you know.
Now you good. Shout out to. I know we got some Toronto gang in the chat.
Yeah, they're not paying me to say this either. I just yeah, I actually go there sometimes too. So yeah.
Hey man, book links. You might run into Francis, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah,
and
not right now, but later on.
One more thing I just gotta
quarantine.
say, I need to get them producer grind shorts and that fucking rolling tray mouse pad, man. I need
you
that
did.
mouse pad for
The
sure.
mouse pad's fire.
All right, bro, get some more motherfuckers in here, man. You guys better have some good questions.
I appreciate you,
Francis.
man.
Appreciate you having on here, Dylan.
Yo, for sure.
Show.
Thank you for the questions, bro. Appreciate it, dog.
All right.
Yo, Ryan, what's good, bro?
Ryan, what's up, bro?
What's going on? I completely forgot I was even like in the weight room. But if I ask a question that's like already been answered, my bad. But
no, it's all good. That's all good.
So how do you think YouTube is too oversaturated to start out, or because I'm just starting out and I'm not sure if I should just be uploading to YouTube? I mean, maybe I should be uploading to anything I should be, but
yeah,
I'm just wondering if YouTube's kind of a bad source at this point.
Yo, 100%. I'd say, yo, if you got access to any platform, yo, use that platform. Okay. At the end of the day, essentially, yo, every platform is saturated.
Yeah, you're right.
So you gotta start there, because at the end of the day, like I say, you never know who's gonna run into your shit.
Yeah, because I just don't want to be another producer, like, you know, like putting up type beats with the Bart Simpson background, you know, like, because everybody's got that shit.
1,000%. Like, YouTube's super saturated, but at the same time, bro, I've been in studio with a lot of artists, like big artists, small artists, bro. You don't you don't even know what type of beats to be jumping on. Like, they literally just go on YouTube and download type beats, and then like they'll just record on them and be like, yo, remake this beat or whatever. Like some people still even like buy type beats on YouTube for the albums and shit, because that's what they're looking for, you know. So you never know who runs into that shit.
For sure, bro.
Like, even like the Roy Woods, like his first 2-3 singles are off YouTube. They're off YouTube beats.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Drake jumped on a YouTube beat for Roy Woods.
Wow.
Shit went platinum.
Wow, that's dope as fuck. That's crazy, man. That's crazy as fuck. For sure, bro. I appreciate that.
That's fire,
sure, bro.
All right.
So yeah, man, it's deeper. You know, the selling the beats is good on YouTube, but it's deeper than that. That shit could be a real life changer. That's crazy.
Literally, like, big artists look up type beats, like their own type beats, because that's their sound.
For sure, yeah. Because I never even thought of it like that way, but yeah. Because I don't know, you know, because you know, starting out, it's kind of just like, it's really humbling, because, you know, you just see everybody doing this, you know, it's like why would anybody pick mine, or like, you know, stuff like that. So
but I'm telling you, it's super overwhelming at first, but like my thing, like my goal when I was doing that shit is like, yo, if I could get one new listener a day, yo, that's one more person that knows me than yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I set really, really small goals, so I feel good about accomplishing them. So it feels like I'm doing something, rather than setting a huge ass goal and not hitting it every day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I haven't even thought about setting like small, because, you know, I just be kind of doing this and just kind of like thinking of what I should be doing, but not really being like, okay, this is what I should do. Not really strategizing, I guess, a little bit better, because I guess that, you know, that makes it a little bit more. Yeah,
I feel like, let's say if you want to make $1 million, like, and like for that, from days 0 to 100, you don't hit 1 million, but like if you set 100 goals of like, I'm gonna save up $10 every day, like, you're gonna feel good at the end of it. You got like what, $1,000, whatever. That's lit.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yo, honest to Davis, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the morning show.
Yo, what's popping, bro?
Yeah, what's popping? Very, very early in the morning here in Australia. It's 1:05 a.m. So
wow,
I was just coming through the stream. So it's a really good opportunity to catch up, and thanks for sharing some knowledge. I just got one quick question around some of the tracks you've done.
Mhm.
And I just kind of wanted to learn a little bit more about the legal side of things. A lot of us are leasing beats, creating exclusives. I think a lot of us are using templates that we get from your, from your beat leasing platforms. At what stage did you realize that maybe you needed to take that more serious, and did you have to kind of engage with a legal team as you started working with larger artists?
Yeah, 100%. Like when I started doing because I've never really leased or sold beats online, because like no one wanted to buy my beats online. But when I got to like the placement stuff, like at first, like I had a couple lawyer friends that were like willing to like just look over my stuff, just like read it over and like tell me what to look out for. But when I was actually when I started doing the Big Sean contract, like that was like one where like I actually should take this to a real lawyer for them to really look at, because it's like a big record. So that's what I did. I went to like a law firm. I got them to read it over, and I didn't necessarily even have money at the time to get the legal work, but I told them like, yeah, you guys see this contract, they are gonna pay me X amount. So when they do pay me, like I will pay you guys. And they saw it, they're like, okay, you know what, like we could do that. And from then, like I've stuck with the same lawyer. And yeah, we've just been building ever since. But legal is super important.
Yeah. So I guess I've got like just my last follow-up question that's kind of on that boring side of music is, outside of like your legal representation, are there any other boring functions that you look to work with, like like a publicist, or, are there any other functions that you deal with like on a regular basis?
Right now I have like a lawyer and I have management. Like the management takes care of a lot for me. But I would say if you had to pick one, like a really good lawyer is really good. Like if they really mess with you, they will connect you to. Publicists and stuff, like I'm kind of getting into, but like it depends what type of producer you want to be. If you want to be a superstar producer, then yeah, definitely get publicity and all of that. But if you just want to literally make good music and stay low key, you don't need a publicist. Really, all you really need is management. If you can't handle things yourself, or and yeah, a good lawyer. Those two are essential for me.
Cool. Appreciate that. Cool. Thank you so much for the time. And I appreciate you dropping some gems on the show.
Oh, for sure.
Cheers,
for
guys.
Sure.
Appreciate you, Dave.
Take care, bro.
Nays, what's going on, bro?
Nays, what's poppin'?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Welcome to the morning show, bro. What's good with you?
Pretty good. My other question about finding artists in Toronto, like where's the best place to find artists to work with in Toronto? Because I live in Hamilton.
Okay, word. Let's see. I mean, right now, because they're not really throwing events or nothing, but where I was finding talent was going out to these like these shows, these local shows, showcases, like because like a lot of local artists open up for bigger artists and stuff like that, so that's a great place to like take a look at some talent. And like obviously like I did the beat battle, so like a lot of artists show up there too and stuff like that. But like my thing when I was looking for artists, like those showcases are a lot, because that means like the artist is willing to invest in themselves and stuff like that. That's where I would go to find like artists and stuff. That's where I found my artists that I work with in the city and stuff.
How's it like working with Wondagurl?
Great. Like we have such a good relationship because we've known each other for like 8 or 9 years now. So it's super smooth. Like we literally just know how each other works. So like I know exactly what she's looking for. She knows what I'm gonna give her. So it's such a smooth process. Like we don't even got to talk about it when we're working. I just gotta be like, yo, I literally just do my thing and be like, yo, I sent it to you. And then she does her thing, and then it's a wrap.
All right.
Fire. Appreciate you, Nathan.
Man.
No, appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Appreciate it, dog.
Thanks.
Yo, Takeasip. What's good, bro?
Yo, what's up?
Yo,
how y'all doing?
Doing good, man. Welcome to the morning show.
Good.
Big shout out. So my question is, what is your good advice to give to producers who's trying to get a placement and hold on, let me to like get a placements and build relationships with other producers and artists? What is going to be like a good advice? Because I know a lot of producers focus just to make money, and you know, I'm more focused to like get placements and like how like what's the good advice to make all your you know, all these things right to build more relationship.
For one, like there's probably two major things. The first one is just being genuine. Like a lot of relationships that I have and like I've kept, it's just literally because I was being genuine with the person. I wasn't trying to be fake or nothing. I was just being myself, you know, just keeping it 100. And number two is like equal exchange. Like a lot of times, like producers make this mistake. They go up to big artists or big producers, be like, yo, I'm this new dope producer, yo, just fuck with me. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, it's an equal exchange. What can you do for me and what can I do for you? Like if it's only a one-way street, that big artist is probably not gonna fuck with you. But if you approach and be like, yo, I'm this like dope producer, I could send you loops. I got loops for you. I got this for you. I could do this for you. They'll probably be like, okay, yeah, you know what, yo, I always need loops, or I always need this. I always need new drum packs or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
So my thing is always offer something to someone, like show them how you could help them, and then they'll probably come fuck with you.
Okay, so and my second question is, so a lot of producers saying that we all gotta focus be like different, right? To make your other sound, you know, so you can, you know, like you can go viral and stuff like that. But like when you try to make a different sound, not that much people gonna really fuck with you. And they're gonna say your sound is trash because it's different, you know, they don't fuck with this sound.
100%.
And how to, you know, how to be with this.
Yeah, that's difficult because I haven't necessarily gone through that where I've created like a whole new sound or anything. I've adopted different sounds and made it my own for sure. But like as far as creating a new one, I feel like if you want to break in a brand new sound, you got to work with an artist that's willing to even take that risk, because a lot of artists don't take different beats, bro. As much as they say like, yo, send me different shit, they don't take them. You got to find artists willing to take that chance, or two, build that artist yourself. Find that artist yourself, like build them from the ground up, because that's how you truly like solidify your sound. Like we know Timbo's sound, we know 40's sound and all them because they came up with an artist and built that sound, like Missy or like Drake, you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, like because yeah, there was a lot of people who was telling me like be different, but like when you're trying to make some other sound, they don't fuck with that. They're like, what the fuck is it? Let me try. Like, you know, everyone, like my opinion is like, if you're trying to make that sound that other producers doing, you know, there is like a best producer who made this sound. So why would you like do that type of sound? Like let's say like you're making melodic shit like that, like Nick Mira. But Nick Mira on the top, they people gonna ask Nick Mira for this sound, not you, you know. But like, and there's other side of it, like if you're trying to make other sound, like different sound, but like no one fuck with you, so there's a lot of people like they just like making the same sound, so they're gonna get placements and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a tough one, bro, because like coming with a new sound and trying to break through is like the hardest thing. Sometimes, like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you're just too ahead of the wave. You know what I mean? Sometimes with a new sound, especially like with Kanye and Yeezus, like first initial listen, I hated it. 3 years later, I went back to listen to him, like, oh, this is pretty good, you know? Like sometimes your sound is just not ready for the time.
Fact.
Sometimes people just don't really understand. That's a big misconception with like new sounds. Like people just don't understand it yet.
Yeah. All right, that was my questions. Yeah, appreciate your time.
Yeah, just don't get discouraged, bro. If you're onto something different, bro, stick to it. Like don't just give up on it if it's because people don't like it right now.
So what's going to be like your good advice if you link up with other producers? Like I'm making loops, right? And I connect with some people, like people from label. And what is your good advice to like how to build relationship with them and how to like, because a lot of producers, they don't care with like, they just going to get your loops and they going like, they don't care usually. This is what's going on right now. So I'm sending loop, they're like, all right, I'm a user, but like, I don't give a fuck with you, like, about you, or we'll get placements. I don't care about your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they just focus on their stuff. So like, what's the good advice to like, kind of build relationship, or I don't know how to say that, like, say, so you're like, they're not going to forget about you too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm in a different boat with that, because like I send loops out sometimes, but like I know these producers on a certain level, so like I kind of have that relationship with them. But I say if you don't know this producer and they just want loops, bro, I don't know. That's a tough one. How to build a relationship with someone who don't want to build a relationship.
I mean, it's not about I don't want to build relationship.
Like the other producer doesn't necessarily want a relationship with you. He's like, I just want loops, right? So how do you change his mind? I don't know, yo. Maybe that's a tough one, because that's never really happened to me. But I guess
this is like
I probably wouldn't work. I probably wouldn't be in that situation. I probably wouldn't work with that producer, to be honest, because I'm more about mutual respect more than if you're dope or not.
That's big jamming. It's not about because it's like, man, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. Basically.
Yeah, I'm more about like having that mutual respect for each other, like, rather than like just like, oh, this is a big timer, but he's an asshole. I don't care about that, bro. I like genuine relationships and stuff. But yeah, sometimes you got to sacrifice that relationship for your goals. So
all right, got it. All right, I appreciate your time, bro.
No, for sure.
Peace out.
Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Thank you, ProducerGrind. I appreciate what you're doing. Like, you're really helping people. All producers, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the love, bro.
Peace.
Rome, what's good, bro?
God, what's shaking?
What's good, bro? Man, welcome back to the morning show.
Thank you for having me, brother. What's good? Francis got beats?
Francis got heat. Come on, man.
Heat.
Get it right, man.
My apology. Listen, I'm still trying to get caught up on all the artists of this generation, the producers and all that. I'm an OG in the game, man. But I used to produce back in like '99.
Jeez,
and
crazy.
Took a 2-decade hiatus, and then came back into it. So I'm getting reacclimated with all the producers in the genre. But I got some questions. I caught the stream like midway because I was doing my regular 9 to 5 stuff. You said you did Battle of the Beats?
Yeah, Battle of the Beat Makers.
Okay. How does that battle thing work out? Like, do you know when they normally do the registration? Because I've been on the site and every time I go, I can never like get in there in time. Like, is it like the same thing every year, or they change it up as far as?
Yeah, they've been changing it up like every year recently, so I can't really tell you when they do it anymore. But I think recently they've been doing like online battles because of the quarantine and stuff.
Because of quarantine.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, we both came to a decision that, like seeing that we're just now getting back into it, that we should try to get involved in every beat battle possible. Not just to get, just to get the exposure, get the experience of competition and all that stuff, which eventually makes you better, right? So that's why when Dylan throws these, no filter beat battles, I did my first one the other day, and I'm pretty much going to jump into every one moving forward. It's not really about trying to, be number one. It's really trying to participate, get exposed to the other, the other producers that are entering as well, and maybe get a few gems and good feedback and good criticism. So Battle of the Beats was one of the ones I wanted to try to get into, but I'm always late. Like I'll check it in January. Oh, we're already booked or whatever, but I'll keep checking that shit out and see.
Yeah, like honestly, I get that question a lot from producers. Like, when is Battle of the Beat Makers? I got to do a better job of like announcing that, because like, a lot of people do want to join that shit, but they're in the same predicament as you. They don't know when.
Yeah, so it's something I just got to monitor like every month. Just go to their site and see what's been updated. As far as what Homeboy just said, the last guy that came into the stream about, trying to appease a producer that simply wants loops, right? I agree with you, right? There's a fine line between business and personal relationships. You have a better chance of, I think, of having a personal relationship and an organic bond with a producer, another producer, is more valuable than having a business relationship with another producer. But if it comes down to it and you really want to connect, I mean, I think you would have to kind of understand who that producer is, you know, find out what they're into, you know, if they're into drinking or Henny, whatever, send them a bottle of Henny or something, whatever you got to do to, you know, kind of get his attention. But if you're really looking for something more organic, right? You two are like-minded. You guys do the same thing, and it's just genuine. Then I mean, you know, that's the type of person you are. That's the route you want to go. But that was really for Homeboy that came in before that.
Yeah, it's dope. That's dope.
As far as art, from an artist perspective, right? You guys were talking about YouTube and uploading. From your perspective, is there a conflict of interest, right? So let's just say you're an artist and I send you a beat, but then that same beat I have uploaded on YouTube. I would think that there need to be some sort of exclusivity with the production, right? Like if I'm sending a pack to an artist, they want to know that, okay, this pack has not been heard by anyone. It's not online. It's nowhere. It's not on BeatStars. He's sending this to me and me only. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Do you feel like there is a conflict of interest when, you know, you're sending packs to an artist, but then that same pack you're selling on BeatStars or you're uploading to YouTube?
Yeah, personally, if I wouldn't necessarily send my online beats that are available on anyone for placements, I'd have a separate folder for that. Like I wouldn't do that either, because like, yeah, as like an industry artist, you do want your own beat. You don't want the next guy jumping on the same beat as you. But sometimes low key that helps the song. Like look at Bryson Tiller, Don't, you know, like 50,000 people jumped on that beat before him.
Yeah.
And then when he did it, everyone was like, holy, like, yo, I went on this beat too. Let me bump this track again.
Yeah.
Sometimes that works out, but like I wouldn't do that personally. Like if I'm sending out beats, then like I'm keeping that shit exclusive for the artist.
And you've done the whole YouTube upload thing as well, right?
Yeah, I've done the YouTube upload with no success.
So did you have like a folder on your hard drive specifically for YouTube beats, and then another folder specifically for these artists that you were sending these beats to?
Yeah, at the time I wasn't even thinking about sending beats to artists. It was literally just YouTube, so I didn't have that. But like the moment I figured out like, yo, the placement game is a thing, I stopped doing the YouTube beats. Yeah, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just send out all these beats to like artists instead.
So this is for Dylan as well. So you guys think that my brother and I have to decide, like, do we want to sell beats online and push to YouTube, or do we want to just focus on making beats and sending these beats out to artists directly?
No, I wouldn't say you have to decide.
You could do both.
You could do both.
Yeah,
just
like,
keep them separate.
Yeah, the Cash Money AP, like he gets a bunch of placements and he still has like one of the most popular beat stores online.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good stuff.
Just like just keep it exclusive, obviously, you know.
Yeah, facts. Save the best beats for the artists, and then the other stuff.
Yeah,
you know, the mediocre stuff, the fairly decent stuff, push up. All right, I ain't gonna take too much more of your time. Last one. Well, actually, it's a 3-part question, but I'll make it short. What if you want to share? We appreciate it if you share. What DAW do you use? What's your go-to plugins, and what's your mastering chain look like?
On my DAW right now, I use FL Studio to make beats. Mastering chain, I just have a Fruity Soft Clipper on my master. That's it. And favorite plugins, as I said earlier, I really like the Arturia, like the Analog Lab and stuff like that. Like those are my go-tos right now, 100%.
Nice. And you don't do any bussing or anything like that. It's just
not when I'm making beats. Like when I'm mixing like vocals or whatever, like I'll do bussing and stuff like that. But like when I'm making beats, I'm just making beats. I keep it as simple as possible.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate your time, man. Thanks a lot for answering these questions.
Bro. Appreciate it.
Listen, I'm in all my Dylan, man. You took $100 of my money this morning with the merch shits, man.
Hey, appreciate the support, man. For real.
All right. So please, hopefully them shits get here ASAP. I got the mug and all that good shit. So
let's go, coffee gang, early gang shit.
I'm straight.
Did you use the discount?
Yeah. Use the discount, man. I appreciate that, man.
Bet it up, bro.
All right, fellas, be good.
Yes, sir,
All right,
man.
see you later, bro.
Easy.
Ash Beats, welcome back to the morning show.
Yo,
Hey, good morning.
what's up?
How's it going?
Good.
Pretty
Just
good.
here.
Good. It's good to be on. I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
what's your beat making process like? Do you start off with laying down some chords and then adding melody and then the drums, or like what's your process?
Yeah, I would say like 90% of the time I'm focused on finding the melody or the chords first. It all depends. Like I like to browse through sounds, and like the beat literally, like the ideas literally start from the first sound. Like when I find the right sound, like it might be right for a melody, it might be right for chords, but it all starts from the first sound, and then from there, after the melody or the chords, I'll add some drums on and then start building on top. But recently I've been trying to keep my beats super minimal, so like very simple layers, like main melody, chords, drums, and like maybe a lead, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
super simple and open.
Yeah, because you were saying earlier that at first you were doing too much. You were adding like
Yeah.
counter melodies and counter melodies.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes I was doing that too, and I was like, it's like too much. I can't understand one melody from another, so I had to like kind of minimize what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then so when you lay down a chord progression and then you go from like section A, do you change the chord progression in like section B, or like how do you? Because you say you keep it minimal, so like, do you change it? Like, do you change anything?
As far as changing chords, it all depends on the type of beat. Like sometimes I will change the chords if it's like maybe like a R&B track or something. Like I'll change the chords for the hook or the bridge or something. But if it's just like a hip hop or a trap beat, I'll generally keep it pretty monotonous, like pretty steady.
Okay.
But it all depends. Like every beat's different, you know. Some of them like need a switch up like that. Some of them are fine. Like some of the hardest beats are just 4-bar loops, you know.
Yeah.
So it all really depends.
What's your favorite type of beat to make?
Damn, that's tough.
Or at least like top 3 or something.
I guess I like making like hard ass trap beats, I guess, because like no one really expects me to do it, number one, and I just like the energy of it. It just keeps me going, you know.
Yeah, I like doing trap beats too, because it's something different, you know, than doing like boom bap or something.
Exactly.
I've heard like boom bap my whole life, so yeah.
Sick. That's dope.
But it was nice meeting you. Like,
yeah, likewise. Thank you for tuning in, yo. That was dope.
Of course.
Ash
That's all the
appreciate
questions I have. Yeah.
Sick.
Let it up. Appreciate you tapping in.
Appreciate you having me on and everything you do for the community. Yeah. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the love.
All right.
Matt Allen.
Yo.
What's good, bro?
What's
Welcome
up,
back,
guys? Yo, hello. That I Decided album changed my life. So thanks for being a part of that.
That's crazy, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, no favors, crazy. But anyways, so I've been doing music for about a full time for like a week now. I literally just started, and I just feel like I have so much stuff to do. So I'm kind of trying to figure out like what to prioritize. So I don't know whether I should be focusing 100% on getting beats up, or not 100%, but getting beats up and just building my catalog and just getting it all up on the Beat Store, or I should spend more time focusing on DMing and networking people, or I should try and start building like YouTube videos and like stuff like that. So I'm not sure where to put more of my energy.
It all depends. Like, which one have you found like the most success in so far, or like you feel has been the most successful?
Pretty much every beat I've made is just from or every beat I've sold is from networking and building relationships online, like DMing people.
Yeah, so maybe that's where you should put like all your focus into that, rather than just trying to find 8 different avenues to see which one works. You have one that's working right now, so I say just focus and zone in on that and see how well that does.
Okay, sweet. And then we were just kind of talking about it, but how do you find sounds that fit together for the sound selection? Because I'll come up with like a really good starting melody or chord progression. And then when I try and add another sound or something, the sound just doesn't seem to fit. It doesn't blend enough. It blends too much. So
my thing with that is like I try not to fill up the spectrum too much with the same sounds, like in the same areas. So like let's say I use like a really like big pad and it fills a lot of the mids. For my lead, I'm not going to use a sound with a lot of mids. I'm going to use something in the higher frequency. Like every sound has its own pocket. You got to you want to give every sound its own pocket. Don't use like 3 sounds in the same pocket, because then you're not going to hear those 3 different components. So you're going to hear a mash of them, and it's going to be super muddy. So my thing is like, yeah, just find different sounds and different spectrums, and then shit won't clash as much. Like you'll be able to hear it clearer. It'll probably hit harder too.
awesome. Thank you for having me.
For sure.
Yes,
And
sir.
like, yeah, EQ.
EQ, yeah. So if you're adding, say, like you add a mid and you want to add a high frequency like lead or something, do you ever take out like, because whenever I see producers do it, they like take out the high end to leave more space for the like the high end lead.
Yeah,
But I feel like it takes away from the clarity from the mid range. So I usually just take out the low end and leave the high end open.
I take out the low end on most of my sounds, and then the high end depending on the sound. Obviously, you don't got to take it out completely. Like you could like, let's say you got like a lead at like 10K. You could just dip the 10K from the pad like 6 dB, and then create space for the other sound. You know, you don't got to cut it out completely.
Gotcha. Sweet. Thanks for all your help. Peace
sure,
out.
bro.
Yes, sir, man. All right, maybe one more. Some good questions. That's a good Q&A.
Yeah,
and it's moving
good
along. People
questions out here.
are
Yeah,
connecting to that audience.
Francis.
Jordan, what's good, bro?
What's popping, dog?
How you guys doing?
Doing good, man.
Calling in from London. Yeah, my name's Jordan. J Soul Beats in the chat.
Okay.
Bet it up.
For my question, I just wanted to kind of rewind back to like before you got like your first like look in the industry, like when you were still like grinding. How important for you was like collaborating with other producers to like get your name out there? Because I'm fairly new to this, and I'm slowly realizing how difficult it is just to get people to even give a shit enough like to click on your YouTube video. So yeah, how important was it for you?
Honestly, like early on, like I wasn't even collabing. I didn't start collabing until recently, actually, because like I was just literally more focused on working with artists. So like the only producer that I had collab with was like Wondagurl. Other than that, like I was just making beats by myself. But like it was also a different time. Like we didn't have sample loops and stuff like that. So like now more so than ever, I think it's easier to collab with people because it's so much more accessible, and like the loop game changed a whole bunch of shit. Because like if the loop game was around when I started, and like I started like making real beats in like 2012, like I feel like I would have definitely been collaborating a whole lot more with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I think I'm just overthinking shit, because I'm like, on one side, I'm like, maybe I should just get really good alone and kind of be able to say, okay, I built myself up with just my shit. But at the same time, I guess collaboration is really necessary.
Yeah, collaboration definitely is like a big key to like expanding your network and stuff like that, and like your audience. Because like obviously like they have access to different types of people that you don't, so like collaboration like really helps in that sense. And like as far as like you produce, are you like making loops to send out and stuff like that, or like?
At the moment, I'm just focused on like just making solid beats. I think eventually I want to move into making like melody loops and stuff and sending them out to people. But for now, I'm trying to focus on just being good.
Yeah, no, I feel you for sure. Like, yeah, definitely like send out loops when you think you're ready. Because like, if let's say the first loop you send me and it's your first loop ever, and let's say it's bad, I'm probably not going to open the next email, because like first impression is literally everything, bro.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time.
This man's in a mansion though. This man got a chandelier in his room. Feeling comfortable over there in London.
It ain't even that real, bro. I live with my parents.
Shoot, that's still comfy though. Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, sir. Bro. Cool, man. Man, there's all right. We got time for one more, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Man, only because we've been on a roll, man. These have been some of the best Q&A questions, man. I can't lie.
Yeah, that's dope. That's good. Yeah, these are some pretty good questions, bro. Like a lot of these I've actually never gotten before.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, man, we're 29 episodes in, so I feel like the usuals we've gotten off the basic questions, so now we're more advanced with the questions. Chrizzy, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what up? You can hear me?
Yes, sir. What's good, bro?
What's popping?
Hold on, real quick. I think I got to mute the other one.
Oh yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah. Francis, what's up, man? How you doing?
No, I'm good. How are you, dog?
Hey, I'm good, man. Good to see you out here, man. Dylan, man, good to be back. You know what I mean? I bought some gear.
Welcome back.
I got
appreciate the support.
I got the gold hoodie, the black hoodie, and I got the Studios My Trap mouse pad.
Damn.
Oh man, that's big support, man. I appreciate the love, bro. For real.
For sure, man. For sure. Anytime. Shoot, Francis, I meant to I guess I got in a little late, but I missed how you got the contact with Oliver and 40.
Oh yeah. About that. It was through so basically I met Oliver through this artist manager who linked me up with Oliver because he knew Oliver. They have like some type of relationship. And how I even linked up with that manager was I was trying to work with one of his artists, and he worked at a management company owned by this lawyer, and I knew a lawyer that worked at the law firm. So I kind of just hit him up, be like, yo, let me get a meeting. And then I came to the office and he was free and available. He listened to my beats. And then from there, he's like, yo, send me some beats. I'll send them over to Oliver or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just ended up getting Oliver's direct email and contact after that. And then started sending direct to Oliver myself.
So did you end up like meeting with Drake throughout the process, or like
no, I never actually like formally met Drake. Like I've seen him around at his shows and stuff, backstage and stuff, but like I never sat down in the studio with him or nothing like that before.
Word, cool.
That's still definitely on my list of things to do.
Yeah, man, I'm sure it's bound to happen, man. It's bound to happen soon. I got two more questions for you if you don't mind.
For sure, fam.
I was gonna say I tried to do the YouTube thing and it's going pretty good. Like I got probably like 1,000 subscribers from
that's dope.
From a year, year of work.
That's amazing, bro. That's
putting
amazing.
Beats up. Thanks, bro. Yeah. So probably got almost like 250 beats up there. So it's been, through consistency.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't really, I've sold beats, but like I'm really trying to get more into the placement game because I want to get my name out there a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So was it just through email how you were getting your beats out, or like I haven't had any luck trying to emails, bro? And I know like you got to be willing to get a no sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
I was just seeing if you had any advice on that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I've probably had like maybe I don't think I've even got anything off through email, like placement wise and stuff. Like most of my stuff, placements and stuff, have been through personal interactions, either with the artist or like with the producer, like face to face type of shit.
Word. Okay.
I've actually never had a lot of success sending beats and stuff through email. It's just, something about when you meet up in person and with the artist, and it's about setting the vibe and stuff like that. A lot of tracks that are chosen off the album aren't necessarily the best records. It's more so the records that make the artist feel the greatest, like they have the best connection to.
Gotcha, bro. That's what's up.
So that's why, like, I tell people, like, the email shit is cool, but if you get in the studio with someone, like, sell them like that experience. Because, like, bro, when an artist in the studio and you're with them and they make a song from scratch and they see you make the beat from scratch, like, that's a memory in their head that they're not gonna forget. Right. When it comes to choosing the album, be like, yo, no, that song's hella special. We gotta put it on the album.
Got to. Yeah, man, that's dope. I know you said you didn't do too much on like collabing like early in the game, but are you down for collabs like around now, or like do you start to collab, or?
Yeah, I definitely am way more open to collabs now. Like, I have a Discord for my Twitch, and I have a bunch of producers on there and stuff, and like they always be sending me loops and shit, and like sometimes when I fuck with the loops, like I'll actually use them, and who knows where it's gonna end up, you know. So
that's dope, bro. Yeah, I haven't been too big on Twitch, man, but I'm gonna definitely check you out too. As far as you know, just I haven't used that platform, so like,
yeah, it's
I don't know.
new. It's super new, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start getting familiar with it, man. I'll check you out on there and try to reach out to you there.
Appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, appreciate you, Dylan. Hey, appreciate you having me up here, man. Picking one more person to ask a question, man. I was hoping you let me in.
Nah, you good, bro. Hell yeah.
So, man, yeah, I
know the regulars by now, man. So you know I gotta show love. You guys been showing crazy love. 29 episodes in, man. So
hey, man, I'm tuned in.
I gotta show it back.
Yes, sir. I'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir, man. Cool, man. Francis, man, we appreciate your time this morning, bro. I gotta send you a merch pack too, bro. So I'll shoot you a DM and get your info, man.
Shit. Yeah, crazy, bro. Thank you for having me. Like on low key, like I've always seen your guys' videos on YouTube, like the beat breakdowns and all that shit. So it's like when I got the opportunity to do this, I'm like, yo, straight up, like without a question, I said yes, like for sure.
Nah, most definitely, man. Shout out to Leno too for making it happen, man. Leno, man. Leno, what are you, 3 for 3, 4 for 4 now? Leno, shout out to Leno, man.
Yeah, shout out Leno. He's been plugging me a lot, so I appreciate that.
That's dope, man. But yeah, man, appreciate your time once again, man, and we'll definitely have to tap in again, especially when you come down here after all this
next time in Atlanta.
Quarantine.
Now that I know y'all there, yo, I love Atlanta, bro. Definitely coming back.
Hell yeah, man. Shoot, maybe we could do one of the beat breakdowns for one of those records. That'd be hard.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Bet it up, bro. Yeah. Appreciate you once again, man.
Yeah, for sure, fam.
Yes, sir. Gang, man. I see you guys in the chat acting up, man. I'm disappointed with early gang, man. Disappointed with the chat, man. But it's all good though. But hey, man, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everyone that's supported the merch, man. If you go right now and you use code EARLYGANG10, if you can go to merch.producergrind.com, or you can just click the link below in the description and you'll see our entire merch collection. You know, it's only available until Sunday night. And then who knows when we bring it back. It's been 7 months since we brought the merch back. So, you know, we only bring it out the vault every once in a while. But shout out to everyone that supported. I know I seen some of you guys talking about, Canada, issues with Canada. While we were doing this, I tried to go and see what the issue is. So I think with 4 or 5 on the track, I think you said you sent me a DM, but if you want to go and try it again and then let me know what the issue is, because I've been seeing international orders come in, but I've had a couple people message me like, yo, Canada and London are having issues. So I'm gonna, as soon as the stream is over, I'm gonna definitely check into that, do some troubleshooting, but I think it might be fixed now, so let me know. But yeah, just to show you guys one more time while I got you guys here, you know, while you're here, might as well show you some stuff. But shout out to Francis, man. Definitely go tap in. I will be dropping his link in the description if you come back to this video, to his Twitch and all that. Definitely go give him a follow on Instagram. It's at FrancisGotHeat. But yeah, just so you know, man, the merch is available another 1 day, 22 hours, entire collection, man. Excited to drop it. You know, we got the mouse pads going, the stickers, the mugs, man. Shout out to the coffee gang, the mug gang. We got some more mugs dropping too. Maybe in like August. Maybe in August we'll do a nice big drop of mugs. And then probably in August too, probably drop another t-shirt drop, but I'm not sure what. We probably won't bring too much of this stuff back. You know, we like to do stuff exclusively. So appreciate everyone that's been supporting the merch, man. The merch going to ship out right away or later? The merch is going to ship out about mid next week, so we will need some time to process the orders, because you know we only do the merch drops, like I was saying, we only do them every once in a year, so we tend to get like an overload of orders, so it takes us a couple of days to process everything. First 50 are gonna get the Producer Grind lanyard. I don't know how many we're at now. I haven't checked. I've been, you know, tapped into the stream, but first 50 we're gonna throw in the Producer Grind lanyard. Everything's on sale already, and then because you guys have been showing love for 29 episodes straight, we gave you guys even 10% off. So man, you can basically steal some of this merch at the prices they're at. J Myth, I know I got your exclusive. You got an exclusive pack coming, man. For winning the battles and everything. So definitely gonna hook you up, bro. But yeah, man, excited. And I seen you guys in the stream saying Dylan back on the Dylan's back smoking weed. Nah, I'm definitely not. But if I look burnt or I look zoned out, man, I think it's last night. What time did I fall asleep? I was up late getting ready for this merch drop, so I think I only got like maybe 4.5 hours of sleep last night. And then I got up 4:15, did my workout, and the workouts burn me out, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes I come home from these workouts and I try to get into the mode, and man, I feel burned. I wanna like take a nap or whatever, but I don't know. I think it's probably some shit I'll have to get used to. But that coffee gang keeps me going. DX, Producer Grind X Supreme, you dig, man. We gotta do it, man. Shout out, hit up Supreme, man. Plug us in. Leno's probably got the plug, man. Leno's plugged us in with everybody. So Leno, you got the Supreme plug? Y'all better not resell the Beatmaker hoodies. Yo, I seen some resell before. Last time I seen some because they were on some resale websites. I think what was the one? It was on Let Go and couple other little things. So hey, we're getting there, man. We need to get on the Supreme level. We gotta get on Supreme's level. Dylan be off the whippets with gun. Nah, bro, I never did whippets before. I was I'm always afraid to do shit like that, bro. I've always been scared, bro. I just stick to weed. But even now, I don't even smoke weed. Like, well, I haven't smoked since November. But who knows when I'll smoke. I'm sure I'll smoke again at some point. But I don't want to be a regular again. I don't want to be an everyday smoker. Something about it. You tried reserve coffee? I suggested. Nah, I didn't try the reserve coffee. We got shout out to my best friend Jacob. He plugged us in with a company, Anchored Coffee. They sent me an exclusive batch of coffee for free because they want to collab with us. So we want to do an exclusive early gang coffee. So I'm gonna talk to you guys too. I'm gonna probably shoot a text out and be like, yo, what do you guys think? We should name our limited edition roast. You know what I mean? We're gonna drop some exclusive coffee. So I want to line that up when we do our mug drop. So a lot of the mugs you've been seeing. Plus I got some other designs in the cut too. I've been designing some mugs. So I'm gonna do like a merch drop that's just mugs, and then this limited edition coffee. It's gonna actually be like a bag of coffee, premium good ass coffee. Like this company Anchored that is really good. It's really premium, like small batch roast, like artisan type stuff, like real premium stuff. So we got that premium. You said don't. Why not everyday smoke? You couldn't be productive off it. Man, I don't know. I just kind of I was an everyday smoker, bro, from like 10th grade till last year, 26. So that's like everyday smoker for like 10, 11 years. And man, nothing against it. I fuck with it, but the shit was kind of it started out of the blue, giving me anxiety. And then I definitely was definitely not as productive off of it. So that's why I put it down. I fuck with the CBD though. The CBD is pretty dope, especially like at night. It puts you to sleep for sure. Coffee is a drug. Yeah, coffee's a drug. Caffeine. Gotta try Whip It if you never did. Nah, I don't think so. If I made it to age 27, I don't think I need to just try it. Saving a lot of money. Yeah, that's another thing, bro. Because, smoking every day, especially if you smoke woods. Because, bro, you smoke a wood and then an hour later you want to smoke another wood. That's just how it is. Like if you got a bong, you can save a lot of money. But even if you smoke bongs and then if you're like, yo, I'm gonna put the woods down, I'm gonna smoke a bong, you can probably do it for like a week. But once you're out somewhere and someone passes you a wood and you hit that shit, you're back hooked again. You don't wanna fuck with the bong. You just want straight woods. And going through, man, just a pack of woods, like a pack of woods a day, sometimes 2 packs a day is $8 to $16. So that's like talking about 240 to $400 and something a month in woods. Plus, a 3.5 a day is light work. More like a 7 a day. You know what I mean? Like between a 3.5 and a 7 a day. That shit, man. That shit is killer for the budget. So that's why I'm like, hold on, let me just chill out. What about tea? Yeah, I've tried tea, but tea just doesn't do it for me like coffee does. You know, it's coffee gang or no gang, early gang or no gang. T Will, what's good, bro? No weed and tobacco gang. What you mean? But yeah, appreciate you guys, man. Definitely go. I'm speaking facts. What was facts? I know we're a little delayed. Oh, about the wood addiction. Yeah, bro. Cause you know how it is, bro. If you smoke woods, that's all you want to smoke. You don't want to smoke. You don't want to roll up no papers. You don't want to hit a bong, a bowl, none of that shit. And then you smoke a wood, and an hour later you want another one. I'm telling you. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody tapping in. Definitely go fuck with the merch one time. Hit the link in the description. Use your exclusive early gang discount. And I will see you guys Monday. You dig? Shout out to FrancisGotHeat. Oh yeah. Wait. Quick announcement, man. T Will, his first official producer, man. Welcome T Will to the gang one time. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with T Will. If you've been tapped into TV Digital's live streams on the Team Producer Grind channel, you're very familiar with T Will. But you know, we made it official. He's Team Producer Grind, man. He's gang affiliated now. And man, he dropped his first tutorial. It drops at 3 p.m. today. It is a how to make a rod wave, like, you know, emotional kind of sad melody. And it's a fire tutorial. So shout out to T Will, man. We got plenty more on the way. That man is a hard worker, bro. That man is he's just a hard worker. That's all I'm gonna say. And he's fire with the melodies. Fire with instruments. He plays guitar. He plays real instruments. He's fire making beats. So we're definitely glad to have him on the team. So definitely go check that out and give him a follow too. Give T Will a follow. It's at T Will Music, at T_Will MUSIQ, at T Will Music. So yeah, go ahead and give him a follow. Check out his tutorial today, man. If you're not subscribed to the Team Producer Grind channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but appreciate everybody. I will be back Monday. You dig?